Hello, it's back to me again. Boo, never mind. Right, we're going to look at populations today, how we measure populations in biology. It's quite hard, yeah? Measuring things like plants is relatively straightforward, and that's what we're going to do. But, measuring, how many moles there are in a field is really tricky because they're under the ground and they move and they come out at night if they do come above ground. So, yeah, tricky. But we're going to focus on plants, okay? And this is the job of an ecologist. Ecologist's job is to go out and measure what's there. Okay, they'll go to a habitat. Maybe the government spent a lot of money to try and protect an area to attract more butterflies because they want people to be able to use it recreationally. They can go for picnics and see amazing butterflies everywhere. So they spent money to protect an area, and therefore they employ an ecologist to measure what's there, measure what plants are there, measure what different species of butterflies are flying around, and they do that year on year on year, and therefore they can show that the money spent protecting it has been worthwhile. Or maybe they spent money and that hasn't had an effect, and therefore they know, right, well, we mustn't protect it in that way this time. We need to think of different ways of doing it, because it turns out that people coming for picnics is scaring away the butterflies, or maybe people are eating butterflies because they think it's part of the picnic, or maybe they're catching them and killing them and then fixing them and wearing them as brooches. Who knows? But yeah, it's important that we know what's there, and the same goes for if there's some greenland, some like countryside, and someone says, oh, yeah, I want to build a house there, and there's a need for a house. They say kind of yes, but it will depend on a survey from the ecologist, and the ecologist will go along, examine the ground, and so if it's highly valuable ground, maybe there's some really rare species there, and therefore, right, well, no, you can't build on here. It's too valuable, is this land? It's such an amazing piece of habitat. You'll have to build elsewhere. Or it might be, yeah, no, there's nothing significant here. It might spoil their view, but they don't have any um, say anyway, I'm afraid. So yeah, ecology, it's important. Yeah, so when we do it in school, it's like, why are we measuring the number of daisies in a field? It's like it seems kind of pointless. Yeah, well, it isn't pointless. Well, it is kind of pointless in school, but you're just learning a technique. Okay, so you're going to do something called random sampling, and you're going to use this software. So I'll send you a link. It should bring you to here. Here's the field that we're going to sample. Note there's a tree and a shady bit under the tree, and that shade will kind of move around as well. I just want to know how many daisies there are in this field. I don't want to measure all of it. I haven't time. So we're going to sample it. I'm going to measure a few bits of it, but we have to do that in a random way. Okay, so show survey area. So there it is. Yeah, from there to there and going into the distance. I'll get shut of that. So when I click on let's go full screen, I might be over the tree now, but never mind. Hopefully you can still, I'm not obscuring too much of the screen. When I click on sample, that gives me a zoom in to one of my areas. You can see over here, that's where I am. It's randomly picked a sample area. Every time I click sample, that square is going to move around the field. And you're going to count 10 of these, okay? 10 different areas, okay? And then follow the rest of the instructions that I give you to work out how many daisies there are in the field. So let's do my next sample. Again, every time I do it, I get a different value. So it's not as if I can like give you the answers to this, because everyone who does it is going to get a different answer. So this brown area now is called a quadrat. Quad for rat, as in little mammal that has got gnawing teeth. Yeah, quadrat. It's one word. Doesn't mean four rats. It just yeah, quad means four, but yeah, why is it called quadrat? I'm not entirely sure. It's not a quadrant. Yeah, it's called a quadrat. And this is 50 by 50 centimeters, and they popped it on the ground randomly. They haven't thrown it. If we were doing this, we'd lay out tape measures to form like an X and a Y axis across the field, and then we'd pick random numbers to find random coordinates, and then we would place our quadrat. Yeah, because you can't throw a quadrat in a random way. Even if you spin round with your eyes shut, it can't land where you're stood. You'll control how hard you throw it, and it's dangerous. And therefore, yeah, we place them randomly. Okay, that way it avoids any bias. I can't go, oh, there's a nice area, I'll pop it there. Yeah, it's all done randomly. So yeah, I place it down and then I just count how many daisies there are. And you just need to do this accurately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, I've got 13. Now, accuracy, if I think, if I'm doing like a test something, I check it at the end for accuracy by checking it through, checking my answers. So I'm going to check my answer again. I've got 13 that time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 14 this time. Right. So I got 13 the first time. I got 14 the second time. Right, I have to do a decider. So I'm going to do it slower and do it more systematically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right, it's 14. Okay. So I made sure I counted it accurately. Yeah, I double checked it. Okay, and then I just do that again. So that's my first quadrat was 14. Next one, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, and then it's just following the rest of the information. What I'm going to give you is the area of this field. Apart from, I'm going to make it a bit more of an awkward shape, so it kind of challenges your math skills a bit. So there'll be another document where it'll have a table of results, which you can print if you can print. If you can't print, then just like make a note in your exercise book. Again, I don't think what exercise books are like now because I've not seen them for so long. But we're doing our best, aren't we? So yeah, just do the sheet, and then there'll be we're going to try and extrapolate out. We will know the mean average of the number of daisies per quadrat. Oh look, there's 2 there. Look at that one. You do have to look carefully. There's 2. Those 2. Yeah, so do look carefully. You've got younger eyes, so hopefully it's going to be easier. What was I saying there? Well, yeah, so you're going to use your mean number per quadrat to try and extrapolate out to how many are in the field. Okay, and it's going to end up being a big number. Okay, so I shall stop there because that's enough of me prattling on. In case I don't do another video, I'll probably do another video. But if I ever don't, have a lovely summer. It's been hard work into this, so I look forward to seeing you all in September. I know I've got a couple of Year 9 classes, so I've got a 2/5 chance of teaching you next year biology just once a week, which is either good news or bad news, depending on what you think of me. Anyway, let's hope it's good news. Probably bad news. So yeah.